What it do? Welcome to the J-Boy Sports Podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the content. If you don't love the content, you can still do those things because guess what? You could always help a brother out because I would definitely help you out. Make sure that you also comment because guess what? I love to have conversations with people in the comment section. I will definitely reply to you because ball is life. Make sure you hit that notifications bell so that you don't miss any of our great content. And lastly, hang on at the end of this video for some other suggested videos that we know you'll love. Bleacher Report and ESPN hate Kobe Bryant. I'm sick and tired of them creating these stupid lists, and they constantly take a dump on Kobe. Every single list takes a dump on Kobe Bryant, and I'm sick and tired of having to look at them. But because this is a basketball channel, or excuse me, this is a sports channel, not just basketball, sports, we need to jump into this so I can prove the point of why they are some of the most extreme Kobe Bryant haters on the planet. Now, this one we're not going to really talk about ESPN, but I threw ESPN in there because, yes, they're a part of the problem, and they are Kobe Bryant haters as well. And don't worry, their time is coming. I'll make a video for them as well when they say something stupid, which will probably be in the near future because I'm pretty sure they say something stupid every single day. But this list in particular talks about the 15 best NBA Finals resumes since 2000. Now, the full list, if you want the full list, number 15 is Ray Allen. Number 14 is Klay Thompson. Number 13 is Andre Iguodala. Number 12 is Draymond Green. Yuck. You got to be kidding me. Draymond Green? Jeez Louise. Draymond Green. 11, Tony Parker. 10, Paul Pierce. 9, Dirk. 8, Kawhi Leonard. 7, Dwayne Wade. 6, Kevin Durant. 5, Steph Curry. 4, Kobe Bean Bryant. Number 3, Timothy Duncan. Number 2, Shaq O'Neal. And number 1, LeBron James. And at the end of the day, I don't like this list, man. I don't like this list. I don't like this list. And I'll explain why, but obviously you know it has something to do with Kobe Bryant. But let's just look through some of the graphics that they have here. So you see the first one that was just part of the thumbnail, 15 best NBA Finals resumes. They don't do a page for each one. They kind of skip around, but they start with Draymond Green. Lord knows why. 33 games, 11 points, 9 boards, 6 assists. 7 assists, I'll say, 6.6. 1.8 steals per game, 1 block per game, 41% field goal percentage. How the heck did this get number 12? Somebody has to explain that to me. I don't know how that happened. Moving forward. Number 11, Tony Parker. 4 rings, 5 finals appearances, 1 finals MVP, 29 games. 16.5 points per game, 4.5 assists per game, 2.4 rebounds per game, 0.6 steals per game, a 45.6% shooting, which I guess you could argue is 46% shooting. Not bad. Tony Parker at 11. I think I'm comfortable with this. Comfortable. Dirkif Nowitzki. 1 chip, 2 finals appearances, 1 finals MVP. 12 games, 24.4 points per game, 10.3 rebounds per game, 2.3 dimes per game, 0.7 steals per game, 0.7 blocks per game, 40% shooting. At number 9, I don't know. I'd really have to think about that to be number 9. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about number 9. Number 9 for Dirk with that stat line. I mean, for now, I guess it's okay. Since 2000, I guess, okay. All right. But the thing is, they're going, and it's not even just by one performance. They're looking at all the games they had in the finals. And I don't know if I feel like Dirk needs to be on that one. But okay. Because he only really went once. No, excuse me, he went twice. 29 games? I think he went twice. Okay. So, D Wade, 3 rings, 5 finals appearances, 1 finals MVP, 29 games, 23.9, we'll say 24, 5.7, we'll say 6. 4.3 dimes, 1.8 steals per game, 1 block per game, 47.6, which is arguably 48% field goal shooting. Okay. Wade was there a lot. Number 7. Feel like I might put Wade higher. He's number 7 here. Might put Wade higher if it was up to me. Number 4 is Kobe Bryant. And it just seems like, again, as per usual, I think they're selling Kobe Bryant short here. And I'll explain why in a second, but just to go over his numbers, 25.3 points per game, 5.7 rebounds per game, 5.1 assists per game, 1.8 steals per game, 0.9 blocks per game, 41% field goal percentage. I don't even know, I don't really understand the concept of where he's picking these numbers because it looks like they're taking them from different places. Are they taking the same numbers each time? Let me see. Actually, yes, it does look like that. But there's a link in the bio to see the next few people. So the next 2 people are Tim Duncan is on top of Kobe Bryant. 3 people. He's got 29 games. He's got 19.7, so say 20 points per game, 13.2 rebounds per game, basically 3 dimes, 2.4 blocks, 0.8 steals, 47% field goal shooting. So that's Tim Duncan. And on top of him is Shaquille O'Neal. Now remember, this is from 2000 because they mention here that Tim Duncan has 4 finals appearances. 4 championships, but since 2000, he has 4 championships. Finals appearances, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is one of his rings, I think, was in 99, because I believe the Lakers won in 2000. The year before that, the Spurs won. So that's why they don't have championships. It only says 4 here as I'm looking at this. On top of him is Shaq. Shaq has 5 finals appearances since 2000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, and he won 4. He's 3-time MVP, 3 in a row. 26 games, he averaged dang near 30 points per game, 28.9, which is crazy. 13.2 rebounds per game, 3 assists per game, 0.6 steals per game, 2 blocks per game, 60% field goal percentage. So there's that. So Shaq, I mean, if you're just looking at it from that lens, he does have the 3 straight finals MVPs, which is impressive. And then lastly, they have LeBron James. And LeBron James has 4 rings, 10 finals appearances, 4 finals MVPs, 55 games, 28.4 points per game, 10.2 rebounds per game, 7.8 assists, so we'll say 8 assists per game, 1.7 steals, we'll say 2 steals per game, 0.8 blocks per game, 48% field goal percentage. So here's the problem with all this, man. First of all, even if you're going to say it's not Kobe that should be at the top of this, it definitely shouldn't be LeBron James. 4 championships and 10 finals appearances. That means 6 losses. When are we going to start making and holding people accountable for the losing? When is the losing going to be accountable? Right? When are we going to start holding people accountable for the losses? He has by far the most losses on this list. He has more losses than some of these guys combined. 6. On top of that, he's played 55 games, which is way more than everybody else. Still had 6 losses. Okay? Also, his rings, most of them, super teams. Super teams and manipulation. What super team does Shaq play on? What super team was Kobe Bryant on? What super team was Tim Duncan on? And I've heard people ask the weird question, well, what do you consider a super team? When you take 3 of the top players in your draft and y'all all jump on the same team and then add people like Ray Allen and Rashard Lewis, Mike Miller and Shane Battier and others, and y'all all play on the same team, that's a super team. When you leave your team to go to another team because you see the first pick in Kyrie Irving there and a guy that's averaging that has had 30 and 30 games in Kevin Love, and you trade Kevin Love for the first pick, who was Wiggins at the time, that's a super team. So LeBron James has all these losses, 6 losses, super teams, and you have the audacity in Bleacher Report to put this man number 1 over some stupid statistics in all likelihood. Statistics. Statistics are what makes the difference here. And again, these are averages, so it's not even like these are his prime best numbers. Because until he went to Miami and until he was on super teams, his numbers were not this great, in all truthfulness. His first 2 finals, he actually struggled mightily. Like, big time. And there wasn't no reason for it. He wasn't injured. There was nothing wrong with him. He just wasn't very good. Now, like I said, there's no way that LeBron should be over Kobe. And in fact, I would argue on this list, he should be lower. He should probably be lower than Dwayne Wade. You know, if Wade is 7, LeBron should be like 7. Who else do they have on this list again? Let's take a look. Wade, Kevin Durant, Steph. I would put him over Kevin Durant. I would put LeBron. I wouldn't put LeBron over Steph Curry. I would rather have LeBron 7, Wade. I'd rather push the list back and have Durant 7, LeBron 6, Wade 5th, and Curry 4th. Now, the real argument here to me, if you're looking at this list, is between the top 3, which should be Shaq, Kobe, and Tim Duncan. You're taking away one of Tim Duncan's rings because it happened outside of 2000. But the other argument that you have to keep in mind with Tim Duncan in terms of him versus Kobe Bryant, Kobe had down years, let's just be honest. And it wasn't necessarily just because of him. It was because he just didn't have a team that was capable of competing. His numbers, like just from an individual standpoint, dwarfed a lot of what Tim Duncan did. But Tim Duncan was a great winner. You can't take that away from him, and a leader. I won't take that away from Tim Duncan. But Tim Duncan also never repeated. Even if you add in his 5th ring, he never repeated. Not even once. Kobe Bryant, at least 6 times in his career, beat teams that were either Tim Duncan or Tim Duncan at least 6 times, because he went to the finals 3 straight times, twice. 1, a 2-peat once, 3-peat once. Tim Duncan never came close to having that level of consistency, despite Tim Duncan having overall better teams throughout the course of his 20-year career, or however many years he played. I think it was like 20. Right? So there's a difference there between them. And also, Kobe Bryant is 4-2 versus Tim Duncan in the playoffs. So even with Tim Duncan having the majority of the better teams, Kobe Bryant managed to beat him 4 times to 2 head-to-head. And that's 2 of the best players of all time right there. Now we come down to Shaq. Shaquille O'Neal. So to me, it's between Shaq and Kobe at this point. And when you take a look at Shaq versus Kobe, Shaq had 3 straight MVP of the finals. And I mean, okay, can't take that away from him. He did. I did a video, it'll be linked into this one, that you could check out, about how Kobe, even Shaq mentioned that Kobe sacrificed and could have very easily won at least 1 or 2 of those MVPs. I think the first one was going to go to Shaq no matter what against the Pacers. He was killing them. It was torture. But I think arguably Kobe could have did something different against the 76ers, but he prioritized playing a good game while slowing down Allen Iverson. But that goes underneath the radar. Nobody talks about that. And then against the Nets in their final championship, in my opinion, then you pretty much, you could have been a toss-up between Kobe Bryant and Shaq, but they just gave it to Shaq because he was dominant. You know, there's nothing wrong with admitting that Shaq was dominant. But at the time, to me, they both were the 2 best players in the league at the same time. Them and Tim Duncan. So you gave Shaq the 3 MVPs. You got to give that to Shaq. However, you move past that. When they break up, Kobe goes to 3 more straight finals. Only loses to a super team. Gets 2 MVPs out of that. Shaq did not go to 3 straight finals without Kobe Bryant. He never went to 2 straight finals without Kobe Bryant. So, outside of the numbers, when you start really nitpicking at it, I mean, Shaq numbers are also crazy. You can't deny the numbers. So, at worst, in my opinion, I still think it should go to Kobe because Kobe had a 2-peat and a 3-peat and is 5-7. Shaq is, I think, 5-7 also in the finals, but we're talking about from 2000. So I think Shaq from 2000 to today, I think Shaq is 4-1. Excuse me, 4-1 in the finals, and Kobe is 5-2. I think that's how it ends up playing out. So yeah, I mean, in this instance, you could give it to Shaq, but I think outside of the numbers and applying a little bit more context, you could give it to Kobe. Because if winning is the true key, right? If we're looking at winning, and then if you look at Kobe's averages in that second 3 straight finals he went to, 2 that he won, I mean, his numbers were even better than Shaq's. As far as like points per game, free throws, if you want to add those in, and different numbers. Some of the shooting, the fourth quarter scoring. The counting stats are never going to be in Kobe Bryant's favor. They weren't in Michael Jordan's favor. What is in Michael Jordan's favor and in Kobe Bryant's favor is they could score like nobody else could. But on top of that, the leadership and the winning. And the only way that these lists exist for stupid people like Bleacher Report and ESPN is because they negate the winning. They don't think about the winning. They don't talk about the winning. They just throw that out the door. They don't talk about the defense. They don't talk about the leadership. They don't talk about who's doing what in the fourth quarter. They don't talk about clutch baskets. Those things will always lie with a player of the Kobe and the Mike. And the Tim Duncans and the Shaqs at times. But Shaq has not been clutch without another elite guard next to him. So Wade was clutch for him when he needed somebody to be clutch. And then obviously, like I said, Kobe Bryant, the years that Shaq was winning. Kobe Bryant was clutch. Check the statistics. But those are not the stats that Bleacher Report focuses on. They focus on the overall averages, which is ridiculous. If I score 30 points in the first 3 quarters and then I score 2 in the fourth quarter, is that the same as me scoring 2 in the first 3 quarters and then 30 in the fourth? That tells you it's a completely different story. It's a completely different narrative if you look at it that way. And for me personally, that's the way I choose to look at it, because to me, that's where the winning lies. And not to me, look at the numbers. He who conquers the fourth quarter usually ends up with the victory. And very few people ever have conquered fourth quarters more than Kobe Bean Bryant has. He was a calculated assassin in those moments. He was able to repeat without a super team. Kobe did this without having a top 75 player in the second half of his career. And his career, technically, him and Shaq, truthfully, both their careers ended faster than other people's. Everybody else lasted a little bit longer. Dirk, his kind of ended too, fairly abruptly at a certain point. But LeBron, Wade too. So there's a couple people on this list, excuse me, that's careers didn't, to me, kind of ended based on some injuries. But Kevin Durant's still going. Steph is still going. Kawhi Leonard is still going. So I just think the list, I think LeBron's too high. I think LeBron should be somewhere closer to 7. And again, some people are going to listen to this and be like, oh, you're a hater. Nah, Bleacher Report is the hater. Because they're rewarding losing. We should not be rewarding losing in super team building. And I can't stand that people just do that. Let's be real here. You know, LeBron's first 2 rings, was he supposed to lose them? He should have had 4 rings, 5 rings, 6 rings. That's what he said when he got on that podium. So why didn't he do that? Oh, yeah, because he's not as good as he thought he was. That first 2011 finals, you switch him out with Kobe Bryant, is there any way they don't beat Dallas? With Kobe's knees being messed up in that year, it would not have mattered. There's no way they don't beat Dallas if you switch him with Kobe Bryant. You know why? Because he was on a super team. Should have been easy. And Wade was averaging 25 points per game. Bosh was dang near at 20. You know what Kobe's team was doing in 2011 when Dirk swept the pants off of us? Pau Gasol wasn't even averaging he was averaging like 12 points per game. Bynum and Odom, I don't think even averaged 10. LeBron had a guy averaging 25 and another guy averaging 20, and then he managed to score like 8 points in the game 6, and they got smacked out of oblivion. Cut the crap, man. Just cut the crap. So, in my opinion, again, let me be fair. LeBron's one of the greatest players we've ever seen, and it is impressive that he was able to get to that many finals. But what is more daunting and needs to be judged appropriately is the losses. Two things can be true at the same time. You can be accomplished in getting there, but you're still a loser in those moments. So I personally am not going to be rewarding losing. And if you want to reward winning like you should, and that should be the end-all be-all, then Kobe Bryant should be number one on this list. And at worst, the only person that maybe could be over him is Shaq. But realistically, it's ironic that both of them helped each other's careers. So that's partly why both of them did achieve so much, if I'm being honest. So that's my take on this. I definitely think Bleacher Report is full of haters. ESPN is full of losers as well. These people are just, they just disrespect players like Kobe Bryant all the time. In fact, I'm surprised they didn't disrespect Shaq and Tim Duncan here, because usually they get a bad rap as well. So that's my thoughts on this. What do you guys think? Do you think Bleacher Report is honest? Do you think they make good lists? Do you think ESPN makes good lists? Or do you think they're garbage like I do? Hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. I'll definitely reply, because ball is life. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hang on at the end, because we have some excellent selected and suggested videos that we know you will love. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our great content. I appreciate you very much. I'm very thankful, very humble. Much love. That somehow you never get over leaving me, and when you feel like